How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Some of you new college graduates have asked me what you should do financially to make all the right moves right after you graduate. So I put together a list of stuff that you should consider, not that you should follow every single step, but these are my recommendations. Even before you graduate, it's good to work during the summer while you're going to college so you can build up your interning experience so that right when you graduate, your resume will have built up a little bit, and so it makes the employers easier to hire you because they see there's at least something, and other companies were willing to hire you as an intern as well. But once you start working, my recommendation is to work as hard as possible because this is the chance for you to learn as much as you can. So therefore you need to work really hard to gain as much experience as you can. This is gaining experience that would allow you to obtain new skill sets, which will make you even more employable to other employers. And if you do apply yourself and work really hard and you actually make a contribution and do something useful, you should expect raises of something like 10-25% or more during your first year. I don't know if this is obvious or not, but at your job you need to be likable. Now, your boss is not going to give you raises if they don't like you, okay? You're not going to get a promotion if they don't like you. So it works especially well if you are liked by most people at your position. Now, if you have trouble doing this, I highly recommend this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I read it multiple times. You can actually get this audiobook free through the Audible 30-day trial. I'll leave a link down in the video description below. It's an affiliate link, so if you click it, it'll help this channel out. Now, an interesting study that I saw once was that drinkers actually make a higher salary than those who absolutely do not drink. Now, if you're a social drinker, it makes sense because when you're a social drinker, you socialize with other coworkers and then you bond and stuff, and then that's how you get to know people a little bit better. It's through drinking. Now, I have something to say about drinking because alcohol is so easy to get these days. As long as you're over 21, you can buy, drink it, and it seems like it's fine for everybody. It's the health concerns are not there. But the thing that caught my attention is I went to this Body World exhibition one time, and I went to this one exhibit that had a liver of an alcoholic and it had all these spots on it. Just go look it up on the internet. For a drinker, you're gonna damage your liver physically and there will be like little liver spots in there due to the drinking. Now you have to weigh the consequences. Are you gonna drink a little bit and socialize with your coworkers, or are you just gonna cut out alcohol completely and be a little bit more healthy? It's really your choice, but moderate drinking should be okay if you just have one or two. But really it's the binge drinking that really affects you. But I mean, even moderate amounts of drinking can give you cancer. Now there's the concern of when you should switch jobs. If you're happy at your job, maybe you should stay. Some people just keep on staying. But some people are very content at staying where they are, even though they're not really advancing in their career. They're just kind of staying idle, you know, kind of have a flat trajectory. They're not moving up on the corporate ladder or whatever. Or if you're not getting the pay increases that you deserve, you might consider switching jobs. And when you switch jobs, you should kind of hunt around and get like maybe 10-25% increase. That's what you should aim for. Even if you're not actively looking for a job, you should still go to interviews and stuff. Maybe they'll give you a nice offer or not, but it would also help you with your interviewing skills. Another aspect of this is the salary negotiation part. People is not gonna tell you how to do this actually. A lot of times the companies will try to hide the period at which the salary is negotiable. They try to rush through it really quick so that you can go, oh, okay, and then the salary is set and then you can't change it anymore. Sometimes in an application, it'll have a desired salary. If you write down whatever that is, they're going to offer you whatever that is if they want to hire you. Now, you can't really go back on that number. You can't go, oh, sorry, I want something higher. It's kind of bad form, but I guess you could try to get it higher after the fact, but it's gonna be much harder. Now, when a company wants to hire you, they're gonna give you a phone call, and it's gonna be a short period at which you can negotiate. So you really need to know when exactly that happens. They're gonna spell out everything in your offer, the salary, all the benefits and stuff. That is the time to negotiate. But it's even better if you have a salary that you're shooting for, and if they're not meeting it, you want to negotiate and say, well, can you offer this such and such, and maybe they need to go back and discuss. Now, when you're actually working, there's various options to select to get you the maximum benefit in your salary. I do recommend to get the high deductible healthcare plan because then you have a small amount of money that will be placed in a healthcare savings account. Now, this is cash that you can use for health reasons, and if you build it up enough, you can actually set that amount and put it in an investment account, so you can let that grow tax-free. And on top of whatever allowance the high deductible healthcare insurance gives, you can add it all the way up to about $3,000 some dollars, so you can contribute tax-free to that. This is on top of the 401k. So 401k is usually maybe like $18,000. Starting off, maybe you don't have the ability to contribute $18,000 per year into a 401k. So you need to at least go all the way up to the matching criteria of the 401k. There are different schemes for 401k matching. Sometimes they do one-to-one matching up to 3%, 5%. If it's a really good plan, 6%. And then if you're really senior, it goes 8, 9, 10%, okay? If you put in 3%, they'll put in 10%. That's considered really good. What's pretty good is you put in 3% and the company put in 6%. Sometimes it's different. You have to put in 6% and the company only puts in 3%. The limit sometimes is set by your total salary, so it could be 3% of your total salary. Other times they set the limit on the total contributions you can put. So for example, if it's $18,000 limit on the 401k and they put in 25%, then the maximum the company will put in is $4,500 in that case. Sometimes you have a public company where you can contribute to an employee stock purchase plan, and usually you can do it pretty risk-free by selling right at the vest period. Other times there's a really long vest period at which it makes it more risky. For example, you have to buy and hold for 2 years. That means you have to put in whatever amount and you gotta let it sit, and it can go up or down, and by the time you sell it, a lot can change. So it's not very risk-free at all. Whereas if you can sell right on the vest date, it becomes a really risk-free thing, especially when there's an incentive, when there's a discount in your purchase price. Usually it sits around 15 to 25%. So I've heard some people actually go to companies where they don't have a 401k plan. That essentially means that you get a reduction in salary. Your total compensation is less, so you have to take that into consideration. There are those out there that do not pay into 401k, and it's really hurting your bottom line. And I think you should not take this lightly when they don't offer a 401k plan at all. You can just go, oh, that's just a really small amount, couple $1,000s, but it adds up. If you stay at a company for, I don't know, 3-5 years, it's like $10,000-$20,000 worth of money of just matching, not your contribution. Personally, I recommend to buy a low-cost used car, maybe like a 5-6-year-old Civic or something like that, because you don't really have money to pour into a car just yet. There are much better things to buy that does not depreciate. This has more to do with not being a consumerist, and on top of that, you can save a lot by bringing your own lunch. Even better if you can join the bringing lunch crowd. You just eat with the bringing lunch crowd rather than go out to eat. Although there's the previous argument of drinking and socializing, so you gotta weigh the two. Maybe you eat out once a week, but not every single day. Highly recommend don't do that every single day. Of course, all of this to buy an affordable car, not eat out, all these other saving habits is really to save money for a down payment or on a home. And you'll be glad you did, because you can be the one that can be in a home first. So these are all just random little things that I would recommend. And I hope you enjoy these small little tidbits of recommendations. I have a lot more actually, and this video is getting a bit too long. Give me a like over here, comment down below. Let me know what you think of my recommendations, and don't forget to subscribe over here. Thanks for watching.